Hi, we're with the International Dyslexia Association Oregon branch, and we're going to be going live with one of our student panel members, Imaan, who's doing a really cool senior project. We're going to be changing some things up tonight. He's actually going to start by interviewing me, and then we'll get into his senior project and what he's working on. So really excited to share this with you. If you have questions tonight, please drop us a line in the chat. You can also email us at the branch as well. Joining us here shortly. Just waiting for him to connect. Hey, how's it going?
Hi Jared, how you doing?
I'm good. Thanks so much for taking some time tonight.
No problem.
So you just came off the soccer field?
Yeah, I just came off of practice a little while ago and just had dinner, but I'm ready for this Instagram Live.
Awesome. So excited. I know we're kind of changing some things up. I know you have some questions you want to start by interviewing me, and then I'm really excited to also share with the audience your senior project and what you've been working on.
Yeah, so I guess to start with, my first question that I have is like the running the distance scholarship, like is it only for university? Like for your university?
Great question. No, it can incorporate a four-year university, but it's really designed for a student who has finished high school and going to on into their next endeavor. So it could be for kind of a non-traditional education as well. We want to support the dyslexic community, and not all students are looking at a four-year plan. Some maybe just need a business class to get a project off the ground. So we're looking at different ways that we can support our community.
All right, thank you. And I guess leading into my next question is like, what audience does this scholarship target? Like, is it only for dyslexics, or is there like a wider range of people?
Well, so it's learning challenge, but specifically dyslexics in the Oregon community, and we're looking to help the underserved population in a population where the money can really do some good. So that's our target audience for the scholarship.
Okay, thank you. Uh, how do you like plan to raise money for your scholarship?
Yeah, it's a great question. So to get the scholarship started, a lot of the money came from the World Marathon Challenge and the benefit we did raising money for dyslexia, and we were able to utilize that to start the scholarship here in Oregon. And then, kind of similar, this past weekend, Connor Knowles, who's from Seattle area, joined me, and we did this run 4x4 by 48. We're targeting to raise a scholarship over the over that weekend. We were targeting to raise a scholarship for the next 2 years. So doing different kinds of projects like that, more grassroots right now. Ideally, we get to a point where there's an endowment and there would be money coming in every year without us needing to necessarily do the grassroots effort. But that's where we're at right now, and we're just trying to put dollars back into the community and help people that are dyslexic move on from just the high school education onto their next endeavors. The more dyslexics we have in the workforce, the more dyslexics we have going on to whether it's a four-year or non-traditional schooling, the better off our community will be.
Yeah, that's a great goal to have. And just to clarify, you are you like required to be from Oregon to apply for the scholarship, or can you like be from somewhere else in the U.S.?
No, good question. So Southwest Washington too. So it extends beyond our borders.
Okay. And so, like, where would you suggest a person should go, like, if they want to learn more about this scholarship?
Yeah, they can check out Orbita, the International Dyslexia Association Oregon branch. They can go online and read about it. It's all over our website there. And then obviously, if there's more questions, to please email the branch. We'd be happy to kind of help people navigate through that scholarship.
Okay. Uh, so a little bit more of a personal question, but like, what motivated you to start this scholarship?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think from my standpoint, I look at how fortunate and privileged I was to have a supportive family, to have resources to get support in the classroom and be able to go on to college. And I know that not every member in the dyslexic community has that opportunity. And so knowing that, just trying to find ways to give back to this community that means so much, I feel a great responsibility to do that. And so I think that's where the scholarship for me originated. But talking to members of the branch, how and board members of the branch and our we have a great collective group here in our community that are working hard to change the culture around education, that how much a scholarship program was needed.
Hmm. Okay. And why did you choose to call it running the distance? Is there a story behind that?
There actually is a story behind that. So while I was training for the World Marathon Challenge, I was actually in the process of writing a book that got eventually published by the International Dyslexia Association called Running the Distance. And the scholarship kind of ties into that, some of the themes in the book, which is the idea is that we want to help people. I'm a passionate about running, but it's running the distance is so much more than that. It's about people helping people go on in their journey, what they're passionate about, and utilizing kind of that resiliency that comes with a lot of the things dyslexics are challenged with to run the distance for whatever their endeavors might be. And that's what we want to support here. And that's where the name comes from. And with the book sales, all the sale proceeds are going back towards the International Dyslexia Association. So kind of continuing to give back that way as well.
Okay. And just to clarify, how it's like this is your first year like starting this scholarship, or has it been pre-existing?
It's been pre-existing for 1 year, so this will be the second year that
Okay.
we're going forward with it.
So I guess that's kind of most of the questions I have as of right
Well,
now.
cool.
But
Let
uh,
me what I have. So you're doing this really cool senior project. Can you share what that's all about
yeah.
and what you're going to be working on?
So like kind of like what I'm calling it is grads strive beyond, and like kind of like my goal is for my senior project is to like raise money to put towards the running the distance scholarship. And like really the motivation for me behind this is that I during COVID, this time COVID has been really hard on a lot of families, and I'm fortunate that my family has been stable and that we are all right as we are right now. But I know there's a lot of families out there who might not be as lucky, and I want to be able to like give back and to help others in need. And like I think that for me the best way of doing that would be by like supporting the scholarship fund.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's so cool. It's really cool that you recognize that on a personal level, and that you're and on a expanding beyond your own household to wanting to give back. What are some of the things you're going to be doing, and how can people either support you as you're doing this work, and what is that going to look like?
So as of right now, like I'm in the process of designing a shirt, and the proceeds would go towards the running the distance scholarship. And I am working together. I'm thinking of like I'm going to get into contact with some people to help raise awareness for the scholarship and kind of spread the word about what the running the distance scholarship is, and how to get involved and how to um, contribute if you wish to.
That's so cool. Well, we will definitely share that out through my Instagram feed, through running the distance Instagram feed. So as you're getting resources together, let us know because we want to support you. You have a whole community behind you that is
Thank you.
excited. I mean, and you've been a member of the student panel,
Yeah.
and can you talk about, I mean, I think some of our audience members know that about it, but what is that exactly? And because I feel like all this is tied together to the work that you've been doing.
Yeah. So starting in middle school, like that's when I was first diagnosed with dyslexia, and I figured out like what was going on with me, and I decided to join the student empowerment panel. And like kind of what the goal is for us is to speak about our experiences and like how what can help us as dyslexics and what maybe isn't the best things to do, and to spread awareness of dyslexia. And we talk to teachers and people who develop assistive technology and tutors and parents, and we give them like a lens and like a first person view of what it is like to have dyslexia. And that I feel is really valuable for teachers, because when you just like talk about it, it maybe doesn't sink in, but if you hear a person's experience with dyslexia and the struggles they've gone through, it really kind of hits home. And like that's what I've been doing with the student panel.
Couldn't agree more. And it sounds like you're just opening the door for others that come after you too. You're making their lives easier by kind of helping the education system move forward through your own experiences and own challenges that you've had. Uh, where do you see advocacy going for like you as an individual? You've been advocating for yourself for some time.
Yeah.
How do you see that evolving for maybe people that are struggling with it or families that are kind of just new to dyslexia?
Yeah. So advocacy is really important for dyslexics. It allows your teachers to know that you have dyslexia and that you need accommodations, and not and sometimes teachers maybe aren't the most agreeing, but it is really important to be able to advocate and tell people like, hey, I need help, I need this, that, and the other in order to be successful in your classroom. And there's many ways you can do this. Like you can give your teacher like a letter or like a note card explaining about dyslexia and that you have it and any accommodations that you might have. You could also do the same with an email, and you can also just like talk to them. And like I found that in my school setting that like if you just talk to them, like the teachers, about what you are struggling with and that you have dyslexia, they can be understanding, it might it might be slightly harder for different schools, because I am fortunate to have a understanding staff. But advocacy is crucial to success.
Yeah, and it sounds like your grad strive beyond like that project is hopefully bringing more awareness, not only funds for the running the distance scholarship, but also bringing that awareness to help kind of spread that message
Yeah.
to educators, to our various communities, whether it be Washington or Oregon and just beyond those borders. Like,
Yeah.
where would you like to see education go as you've kind of experienced it and kind of on to your next endeavor? But for that kind of K through 12, where would you like to see it go?
I would really love to see like education become inclusive, because public school systems and schools in general, they are usually catered towards a specific type of student, and not everyone can be like that. Not even sometimes dyslexics can struggle with meeting the expectations of teachers, and it's not just dyslexics. It's like people with other difficulties like ADHD, uh, Down syndrome, autism, like all these different things that make humanity diverse and different. But the education system is geared towards this ideal student. So I think I would really love to see like the school system in general become inclusive and to not cater towards a specific type of person and student.
Such a powerful message, and I think that's totally the message that we can end on tonight. I don't know that there's anything more that you could say
Yeah.
to sum
Yeah.
that up, but I think it's a beautiful message. Really excited about your senior project. I think that's so
Yeah.
cool that you're giving back. Strive, or it's Grad Strive Beyond. Is that right?
Yeah. Strive beyond. Yes.
Grad Strive Beyond. We're going to continue to share it when we get the T-shirt together for you. We'll make sure
Mhm.
that the audience has a chance to look at that and purchase it, as all proceeds will go to the running the distance scholarship, and you're just
Mhm.
continuing to give back. And uh, really excited to hear what you end up doing next, because
Yeah.
sounds like big things ahead of you.
Yeah.
Well,
I.
just know uh, Danielle Thompson just says thank you for all you do. You're getting strong messages
Thank you.
across the platform. Grateful for you. Grateful for all the work you've done on the student
Yeah.
panel, and we'll look forward to sharing more from you as we go along in your campaign.
Yeah. Thank you. I've had a lot of good experience with Orbita, and it's really helped me to like form the person who I am today.
It's awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for taking some time. Let you get
No problem.
some rest after a soccer practice and long day, and
Mhm. Yeah.
you take care, brother.
All right. Bye, Jared.